Hi everybody, welcome back. Today this is like a very impromptu video that I just decided to make because I just got this announcement last night actually. But I was like, I didn't really read the email, but kind of when I woke up this morning, I found out that what was happening. I just can't hold the excitement that I want to like share this with you guys. So this I'm going to talk about is Tainted Grail, the Kings of Ruin. So I have been like talking about Tainted Grails 2 for a while, speculating that there might be a sequel, especially since the last one, if you did play in the very last campaign, I can't remember what it was, the one with when you travel to the other land, and then like there's different tribes of people. I think like pikesmen, and there are some people who live in the ocean or something like that. That would really like have so much potential in the more developments of those characters, and I mean their backstories and their conflicts and stuff. And I thought that was really like a place that where they could expand on it, and that was the speculation why I thought that there would be a Tainted Grail 2. And that was pure speculation, of course. I don't have any inside information from Wicked Realms and stuff, but but today what we have here is we have Tainted Grails, the King of Ruins, which is actually a new stand-alone adventures, as I say here. So what does this mean? Does this mean that we do not need to have the Tainted Grail base game? I really hope so, because unfortunately for me, I don't know whether it's fortunate or unfortunate. After playing through the last night and all the expansion, actually I sold my Tainted Grail. Because I thought I like finish all the campaigns and like all the stories. No, actually I didn't finish all the stories, because I, being the good knight of King Arthur, I did not go the other branch where to side with Morgana and so on. So I kind of like missed at least about 50% of the story. But and at the end, I think in the last night, I think that's where you have to choose between supporting the marine guys or the guys on the land, and I think you miss another 50% of that. So all in all, it's a very, very difficult game to finish everything, but I saw it anyway. So long story short, I hope that what they mean by standalone is that I do not need to get hold of the Tainted Grail, the original one. Well, at least okay, let me just scroll through, because actually I do not need to get the original one, because there's a better version out there. Okay, so they're saying that if you just follow them, there's actually a reward to be gained from this. And there is a free gift. I'm not sure what it is, but let me see if I can. So he just said that you'll be added to the pledge and check out, but we're not really sure what we can get here. Oh, actually we can. It's a circle, some sort of like secret reward for following. So I don't know, maybe they will give you additional miniatures. I hope so. These miniatures with the sword really looks good. But of course, this is just like a secret stuff. So we're not really sure what is going on. So what is this project about? Let me see if I can pull out the projects. They jump straight to comments. Do you want to take a look at some of the comments? So he says they're so happy we're here. The campaign's a bit early, yeah. So the campaign won't be launching anytime soon. This is just a draft. And he says that this is like the biggest stuff, kind of a biggest announcement for most of you. Is a Tainted Grail 2nd edition is going to be available. It's a updated and remastered version. Means that probably the arts has been improved, the stuff has been streamlined. Especially in the Tainted Grail, if you have played the original first campaign with the Menhi, is really, really irritating. You got to keep lighting them, and there are certain combinations which you could actually venture too far and not be able to reach back a Menhi back in order to light it. And I think there's kind of like a bug in the system, but they kind of like fixed it on the second campaign and as well as the third campaign, where they use a different mechanics to manage the Menhi. But I hope that they do fix it for newcomers. And then they realize that there are several times here that you echoes and request a second edition, and so the second edition is going to be available. So that is the long story short. And Wicked Realms, this Tainted Grail has been a very, very great solo game, especially, and I highly recommend it for solo and at most 2 players, because anything more it will take a longer time, and there will be a time that when other characters are doing stuff and you're totally be uninvolved. So that was like quite a turn off in a certain sense. So let me just read through a little bit of this to give you some of the background story of what is the Kings of Ruin about. So we are the Orphaned Tribes, we are the Kingless Folks, abandoned at the wrong side of Avalon, beyond clouds of the Wyrdness and the ancient walls of Tutahan. Yet we survive, clinging to the strips of desolated island. In the centuries that follow, 3 great heroes were born out of our struggle. Each of them embodied our pain, determination, and sin. Claudyne the Unknighted, Amberqueen Veneda, Nonus, Bishop of the Deep. One by one, they traveled east, following the whispers of the Crimson Crucible and the vision of the Sword of Legend. Their journey transformed them, imbuing them with powers not intended for humans. One by one, they failed to find Arthur, the one and true king. And yet, we now have kings of our own, the Kings of Ruin. So I guess the Kings of Ruins might be referring to these 3 characters. We all know that Arthur is the true king, and not to spoil the story, but you know, if you have met him several times in Tainted Grails, you will know his true intention, what happens at the end, you know, especially if you finish all 3 campaigns, you will gain that special token where you get to see the final ending. There'll be some revelations about it, and it's a very, very deep story. And one thing I truly liked about the first 2 campaigns was that there was a read narrative in the apps where, you know, the reading was fantastic, obviously much better than mine. And to that, I really enjoyed the game where, you know, you just click into the entry, start the reading, you can prepare the cards, you know, while the reading is going. So it was really, really time saving, and you know, I really loved that. But unfortunately, I think for the last night, they did not have read through narrative, and that was a pity. I hope they at least have it done for the Kings of Ruin here. I'm not sure how many campaigns they are. It does sound like there's only 1 campaign here, but I do hope that there is some expansion or something like that to bring this beyond, you know, just 1. But he said there is a new standalone campaign, but you know, knowing Awakened Realms, there will be expansion thrown right at the end, and this is not even Awakened Realm like. So you know, expect the price point to be very higher, miniature heavy. This will be at least a medium length game. So he's playing with a brand new set of characters. I'm not sure if you can still play with the original one, like, you know, there are a lot of favorites from the original. So the Age of Legend was the last one. Last night was the second one. So my apology if I refer to, you know, like the last night. Last night was actually the second campaign, not the last one. The last one is Age of Legend. And also there's also 150 plus hours of narrative already created. Yep, that I agree. Oh, this is actually just for the King of Ruin himself. So 150 plus hours of for this is actually kind of like equal to almost all the three stories of the Fall of Avalon, Last Night, and Age of Legend combined, because each of them is roughly about 50 hours that I played through. Of course, I did not finish all of them. Maybe if you follow through that you cannot play all the stuff in the Kings of Ruin, that will give you at least about 50%. That will be like about 70 hours of gameplay, which is actually fantastic. Looking forward to it. And we have some artworks. So the artworks are truly amazing. We have all these very gothic kind of, you know, like dark heroes. I suspect these people with the you know, with the big swords might be like either some kind of boss or the Kings of Ruin themselves. You know, they looks really awesome. You know, and these guys with lots of legs and hands, with this giant mallet kind of stuff, and then almost a crown that, you know, has a fire on it, with a shield and stuff. You know, this looks totally awesome. We have another guy with you know, a sword. You know, there's the theme of all this. It seems to be that they are a lot of replicated swords that looks like Excalibur. So it could be, you know, Force swords and stuff like that. You know, of the Force Kings and stuff. And of course, he says that in addition, they will also offer player to catch up. If you did not have Tainted Grail, I strongly advise getting it, because despite that it's only 85 out of the top 100 best game in BGG. Of course, rating, like I said, is always subjective. But I think in terms of the thematic and storylines, I think it's one of the best. In fact, I think it's even better than the Seventh Continent, because this has a very cohesive stories that follow through, and there's a very deep plot and conspiracy and and stuff like that. And there's a lot of mystery you can solve. Some side characters which plays a very important part in the game for you to discover. And it plays through in a very different and dark way to the King Arthur's legend. And you know that I'm the sucker for all the King Arthur stuff. So this really is really, I want to say it's made for me, but I totally did it. And so they're having a remastered edition of the original trilogy with all the expansions, and it's like of course all these are the same stuff. We have all the almost 2,000 cards. I remember sleeving them was crazy, storing them was crazy. If you want, you can take a look. I have a video on how to store them. Basically you still need to use 2 boxes, and I didn't use the exploration journal at all. Like I said, I used the app. The app is fantastic. I didn't use all the models because I used colorful self-made standees. But that's on a different story. But the artwork wise is fantastic. So we have more of that, and you can see that these are probably very draft arts. I don't think they're final, because like I say again, if they're going to make a miniature of this, this can't be like floating. It just doesn't work. They need to find some way to suspend this, with plastics and stuff. So they really got to work on this for the miniatures. And yeah, I suppose like this seems like the same rendition of the same enemy, or so they probably like, it's just very draft at the moment. And there's actually more information for this in the preview, which here we are. Make sure you follow this, because like as mentioned before, you will get that free gift, whichever it is. But even if you're not deciding buying it, there's no harm in just following first. So we have this like snake guy with the actually I was like just researching on some of the Japanese mystical creatures and folklore, and and there's actually a similar demon, like I think it's called Kankanbari or something like that. I can't quite remember the name, but it was like also a snake shine maiden, something like that. And we have this thing that almost looks like a phoenix with insect wings, some dragon looking tail, a skeleton looking stuff. This almost looks very oriental, it's like with all the crescents and stuff, almost like one of those creatures that came out from the rising sun. And we have this kind of resonate with the Age of Legend. Like I say, those guys they are like in the ocean, where they have like a seashell and monsters on the under the water in the marines. So I guess that's about all that we have now. It's just going to be a preview of a preview, or whatever you call it. But I'm just like too excited to want to hold this back, and I just want to talk about it. Strongly recommended for the Tainted Grail, the first 3 trilogy. I hope this follows at least that standard, and if not, at least bring this bring the whole franchise up a notch or 2. So I'm fully supportive of it, and despite that I don't have a preview copy, I think if I have a preview copy, I will be able to tell you a lot more of this. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope that if you like more of my content, you can always like and follow, and but then of course comments are welcome. Leave your comments. Are you excited about this and stuff like that? So I'll see you again next time. Until I have more news, did you know that this is going to be like one of my focus? I will update it whenever I get some new stuff in my other videos as well. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.